Morocco is a sovereign country located in the Maghreb region of North Africa. Geographically, Morocco is characterised by a rugged mountainous interior, large tracts of desert, and a lengthy coastline along the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. Morocco has a population of over 33.8 million. Its capital is Rabat, and the largest city is Casablanca. Morocco is a constitutional monarchy with an elected parliament. The King of Morocco holds vast executive and legislative powers, especially over the military, foreign policy and religious affairs. Like many Moroccan cities, Marrakech comprises an old fortified city packed with vendors and their stalls in the Medina, bordered by modern neighbourhoods. Today it is one of the busiest cities in Africa and serves as a major economic centre and tourist destination. Marrakech is particularly popular with the French, and numerous French celebrities own property in the city. Marrakech has the largest traditional market in Morocco, with some 18 souks selling wares ranging from traditional Berber carpets to modern consumer electronics. Marrakech is one of North Africa's largest centres of wildlife trade, despite the illegality of much of this trade. Much of this trade can be found in the Medina and adjacent squares. Tortoises are particularly popular for sale as pets, but the Barbary macaques and snakes can also be seen.
You want to use the low, please? You want to use the low?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. No. And how do you like our building so far?
Beautiful.
When you're walking outside, you never thought what you could find inside.
That's right.
Alessandro. You never find one that's similar. This is represent the sand dune, sunset and sunrise. It's a little pond.
Beautiful.
And another small size. Look at this one, man. جوج قالت.
In my purse wherever I am. When I was in China, I had one because in a shop, and you just even if you do know, you sort of suddenly get a mental block. And if it's in big denominations,
Okay, so the women show the religious orientation through this kind of dress, which is mostly they introduced during history the lifestyle, whatever is European there. Mosques standing side by side, but this one is destroyed and the other is the one that is still operating. Proved and showed to be more relaxed Muslims, and that those people did not like these people, the way they behave. So we are talking here, we don't talk about these people, I'm talking about the 11th century dynasty, the Almoravids. And we're going to talk about those people there with the...
Just gather around for a minute.
Okay, so, there is even tough restrictions on Shia Islam in Morocco, and they don't feel free to practice their religion here. Allah, he did not spell out the characteristics of the ruler, more especially with meat. I know that Muslims cannot eat any meat, but always halal meat. And when we say halal meat, we mean...
UNESCO declared Jama El Fnar a masterpiece of world heritage in 2001 for bringing urban legends and oral history to life nightly, and although the storytellers who once performed here have since given way to the acrobats, musical performers and slapstick comedy acts, Gemma's nightly carnival continues to dazzle. Square's many eclectic exhibitions are not without a darker side though. You are very likely to see monkeys kept in cages throughout the day, led around on chains for entertainment, and some of the practices of the plaza's snake charmers are ethically questionable, to say the least.
it's got 50 dirham. Yeah, listed on it.
Put all your stuff in. Then you go home.
Discovery joy.
My husband's the best band.
that too.
Guaranteed.
That's also guaranteed.
Great. I love this.
And he sets it aside over there. Can you see a lot of ash there? And look, buried is one cooking pot. This is a round buried pot. It is called Tangier. Tangier. The man goes there over a drink, entertaining himself with Gnawa music. So it is kind of blues. This is a music which laments what was regretted in the past in the tribe in sub-Saharan Africa. Most of the communal ovens, and that's what we call commercial bread, or rather emergency bread. Emergency, why? Because you know that hardly a meal is served on the table without having it. White flour, this one out of wholemeal flour. And usually the size, the average size of the family bread is bigger than the size of the commercial one, because it is meant to save money. This is why you know that when you come here, and so when you come to bake your bread, you have to pay for it. And when paying, so you drop the bread here, and then at lunchtime they come, because you know that this is cutlery for us. Spoon and fork with which you pick up food.
Yes.
Okay? So for lunchtime, which is the main meal of the day, you come to pick it up. And we come straight. Yes, yes.
We're nearly done. We're nearly finished.
When we were alive, or when we took a lot of it to England, from here, it has little chicks. It's still preserving its character. Only 6 months ago. 6 months ago.
I'd be here on my own.
Well, you wouldn't find it. I wouldn't. There's
The
no way.
bakery and the...
No way you couldn't go in. You wouldn't know.
No, I'd be too shy to go.
Well, you wouldn't know what it was. I mean,
No.
places like, you know, there's no way you'd know or find it. So, seeing that
was
bakery,
special.
and it was also lovely seeing women actually bringing the bread to dinner. And they put, if you're giving your bread to your kids.
There is a few Berbers, as you know, the population of the country. We have two people, like we have Berbers and we have the Arabs. The Berbers are the indigenous people of the country, and the Arabs are the ones who came later along Moroccan history.
And was having trouble paying the rent, and she said, "Oh, let's use the space to put art in there." And she saw me at the market one day selling my most.
Ives St. Laurent gifted Jardin Majorelle to Marrakech, the city that adopted him in 1964. St. Laurent and his partner Pierre Berge bought the eclectic blue villa and its garden to preserve the vision of its original owner, landscape painter Jacques Majorelle, and keep it open to the public. The garden began cultivating in 1924, and thanks to Marrakech ethnobotanist, the psychedelic desert mirage of 300 plant species from 5 continents continues to be preserved.
Okay.
The origins of Le Jardin secret hark back to the second half of the 16th century, when the Saadian Sultan commenced upon the urbanisation of what is now the Massaini district. However, in common with many important buildings of Marrakech, the palace, which stood on the grounds of Le Jardin secret, was destroyed towards the end of the 17th century, after the decline of the Saadian dynasty. The idea of restoring the building complex and opening it to the public took root in 2008, and Le Jardin secret came into being 8 years later. Today, the green spaces of Le Jardin secret are divided into an exotic garden and an Islamic garden. The exotic garden is filled with plants coming from all over the world, recalling the experimental aspect of the great gardens of Marrakech. The Islamic garden was restored following the likely 18th century layout. This type of garden was an oasis of peace, where you could allow yourself to indulge in your idleness and contemplation thanks to the shade of the trees and the intimacy of the enclosed space. The garden is, as a matter of fact, a metaphor of heaven. It is a sacred place laid out according to rigid geometrical rules in which the Muslim order asserts itself over the wild disorder of nature.
كل ما سكنوا مساعدين هذه الرحلة إذا استحقوا على بعض وشيكم ترى مساعد محضر الرقم كما يمكن كسب بين هذه الرحلة. يمكنكم تشغيل الواي فاي والتواصل مع شبكات النار. يمكن استخدام شريحة الحاسوب محمولة خاصة بكم عند إطفاء على أقرب تحديد المقاعد. يمكنكم أيضا استخدام هواتف محمولة خاصة